hit the record button then, I think.
Oh, we weren't recording. Whoops. Oh well.
No. Oh dear. Right, okay. So welcome to Roundtable 54. I nearly slept there because I've not changed the text. This is our weekly event where we let you know about upcoming changes, our plans for the coming week, and we will also recap the previous week's events and answer any questions you may have. So, general chat is now being recorded. Say hello to YouTube. This is your chance to spam millions and millions and millions of gifts. Downtime will be tomorrow. Because tomorrow is Wednesday, yes. 9 o'clock as usual. There we go. We'll get the gifts over with. Quick, stop it. Fairly sure that's going to get us copyrighted. Hello.
What do you mean?
It's a YouTube logo.
Yeah, we're on YouTube.
Not yet, we're not.
Not quite.
Nearly.
Will be. There we are.
Anyhow, so I wrote a massive piece to start this off with, but I've been thinking all day long about it that I might just wing it. I have lots to say. So I wanted to start talking this afternoon about community and about some of the stuff that's been going off in the past, I'd say past week. We've had two pretty big bust ups in chat. Some spats backwards and forwards. It's led to somebody being removed from the cluster. And the general gist of things goes like this. We're all adults. We're all here to have fun. We're all here to play games. We're all playing for different reasons. Some people have health issues. They can't do much else. They enjoy playing games. It takes them out of their world for a little bit. Other people play to just have fun. There are many, many different reasons why we play, but we all play for the same reason, which is to have massive amount of fun, have a laugh, bit of an escape, forget the hard day, any troubles you've been having, all that sort of stuff. So I wanted to point that out to start with, and just put us on the same page. So everybody's here to have fun. I don't believe anybody that's here at the moment is of the toxic variety or has any of that on their mind whatsoever. But still, I've been seeing quite a few arguments go off. So I wanted to remind people that next time somebody annoys you, next time somebody does something that you think's a little bit out of place, I want people to think and just stop for a minute before you give the curt reply or the sarcastic comment or stick the boot in some other way. And just realize that everybody has a bad day. I don't think anybody here is here for ill gains or just to troll people. Everybody's here legitimately. We moderate pretty heavily, and we've got an amazing admin team. So, in the next few weeks, obviously, we were talking last week, John's on board now as a Purple Ninja. He's going to be doing some advertising for us, changing the way we do things, marketing, social media, all that sort of thing. There's going to be a lot of new faces. And what we don't want to see is people joining the server, like I saw literally happen 2 days ago, where a new player joins the server, they log in, and in the first minute they get a DM stating, "Come talk to me, I'll give you the hot gossip." That sort of thing doesn't look good. We want to grow. We've got Fjordjo coming soon. There's going to be a lot of new players coming back. We saw that with Lost Island, so we know there's going to be a huge influx of players. And we want everybody to be on an equal footing. We want everybody to feel welcome. We don't want to put those players off. So from now on, if there's any spats, any arguments, anything you don't like, be the bigger person, walk away. Call an admin if you have to. There's Orange Ninjas about most of the time. If it's serious, put a ticket in. I've spoken to quite a number of people over the past 2 weeks, and everybody I've spoken to so far has been absolutely chill, really good about stuff, and that's what we want to see. If there's an issue, bring it forward, let us sort it out, let us find an even ground and some way of coming to an agreement that everybody's happy with. Don't want to see anybody else removed. The guy that was removed, we're not going to go into names, but it was just purely an incompatibility. He was pretty young. We have a fairly older, mature audience, and I think sometimes people just don't gel. A bit of life experience needed, that sort of thing. The person in question wasn't removed for any one specific act. It's just quite literally friction in the community. We don't want to see it again. So just think twice next time and be happy. Let everybody play their game the way they want to play it. If somebody's having a bad day, just walk away, report it. I
I think
think,
that sums it up exceptionally well.
yeah, I think that pretty much covers what I wanted to say without going into massive amounts of breakdown detail. But just think about the person's circumstances and think, are they having a bad day? They don't usually act like this. Just call an admin, step in, and let's continue to create this amazing community that everybody's contributing to. We've got players in the background at the moment writing guides for games and stuff like that. There's some really cool stuff going on. We've got loads of stuff to look forward to. We've got Fiojo coming. We've got a new version of 7 Days coming. We've got Rust coming really soon now. So yeah, just be nice. Think about the person next to you and just walk away if possible. So, on to gaming news. I don't think we've got lots this week, but we've got a little bit of stuff, haven't we?
There's a few bits and bobs here and there, but we've just been busy working on stuff in the background, mainly to
Yeah,
do the website, the way it integrates, and all the stuff that we've been talking about over the last few weeks and months about the systems we're putting in place to be able to handle more players, to be able to diversify into more games and free up our time to actually work with the players and in the games, as opposed to just doing administrative tasks all the time. So
yeah,
yeah, we've been super busy.
we have indeed. So I did have a few things. So
Oh,
yes,
there's a couple of big things actually. The ooh, Obviously there's Fjordjaw.
yes, we do now have a date for this. So we're
Mm-hmm.
theoretically, all being well, looks like it's going to be about the 12th of June,
Mm-hmm.
which I
I
believe is a
put the
Sunday.
it is a Sunday. I put the date into the events on Discord. The event itself is set to last the entirety of Sunday. Um, as with any big game updates, big game patches, and stuff like that, I get people want to log in as soon as they can on the day, but I wouldn't plan for uninterrupted play on that Sunday simply because there's going to be bugs, there's going to be lots of mod updates, there's going
Yeah,
to be all sorts of stuff going on. So, yeah,
yeah,
see how that goes.
totally expect mod updates. I'm thinking
Well,
Krakens and stuff
they
will
they
be big on that.
they will be kind of limited in what they can do. Usual problems apply.
Yeah,
Dev kit required with assets baked in.
yeah,
But there's going to be all sorts of funny side effects of having Fjordjaw baked into the game um, in terms of what can be transferred between maps. So all the Fjordjaw exclusive content.
yeah,
If Wildcard have done it right, those assets are now baked into the main game for items and dinos. So they'll in theory you can take them off of Fjordjaw. You won't be able to take them onto Fjordjaw because that will be locked. But yeah, there'll be lots happening. I'm quite looking forward to it.
it's going to be cool. And obviously as well, with best intentions from Wildcard side, even if they manage to push out at midday on that date, chances are there will be a number of small patches throughout the day as they find stuff that just testing doesn't pick up.
Mm.
It's
And
always
the
different
other
when you
thing
throw
is
30,000 players at something.
the other thing they've noticed they've tended to do recently is the dedicated server update comes after the main the officials.
Yes,
So while they may say they're rolling out the update, we might not get it for a few hours later.
yes, that's
So we'll
pretty much normal. Yeah,
yeah. I'm thinking we just on Saturday evening we just bring Fjordjaw down and keep it down until we're sure that the update has dropped and the server's picked it up.
yeah,
But we'll talk about that close to the time. And actually, something that's Smallish just mentioned in general, and something that I've always thought is we'd like to support when you're doing like big boss runs or events and stuff like that, and we've had it ourselves. There's nothing more annoying than an update dropping or a restart happening, something that's normally beyond our control. But if you notify us in advance, just like open a ticket, say that you've got a big boss run planned this time, this day, we can look to disable the auto updates during that time. Um, Now, I'm kind of like, I'm not going to say we'll do this for every single boss run that everybody wants to do, but if it's an event that you guys have planned in events and you've got lots of interest, and there was yesterday,
Yeah.
then yeah, we can look at, kind of dealing with that.
I think the key point there basically is let us know beforehand, have it planned. So if you know the day before you're going to be running a boss on a Friday night and there's going to be 10 of you going and you've got all the stuff ready, let us know. Yes, we can totally turn off updates. Spontaneous stuff obviously is harder to do because, we're not always at the PC.
Yeah. And the prime example of when shit happens is this. Just posted in general. That was in the middle of a WNG run,
Yeah, it was. That was horrible.
and the message popped up. I think he was at full health at the 15-minute mark, and we just yeah,
If I
hammered it.
remember correctly, we were so pushed for time, we actually killed it, but didn't get the loot. I
Um,
think we
do
lost
you,
the
do you
loot.
know, do you know what? I can tell you. No, I got the cutscene because
Or was that the occasion we were so keen to see the cutscene we forgot to pick the loot up and move it onto a different container, and then we lost it
probably.
after the cutscene? I do believe it was horrible.
Well, that was what I was looking at the 1 minute warning.
Yeah.
That was the cutscene running while the warning was popping up.
That doesn't seem that long ago now. That's crazy.
No. So, anyways, sorry, bit off topic, but that's kind of
Yeah.
we're fine with that. Yeah, happy to do stuff to help you guys out. The other thing that I also thought about and that popped into my head while I was thinking about that kind of stuff is I used to play EVE Online. And when really big events were happening, they would actually reinforce the node or the server that was running the big event.
Tell that to the Goonswarm, eh?
Yeah, well, they didn't want to give prior notice. They were going to go wipe a corp off the face of the map or an alliance. So yeah. Anyway, but there's similar things we can do. We could assign more cores to a map or something like that, or do some cool stuff with it. So yeah, we'll think about that, see what we can do.
Yeah, all good.
There was one more thing. There is one other thing that I'd like to do as part of a community test as well. I want to spin up a vanilla map. When I say a vanilla map, I mean a completely unmodded map, still with plugins in it to provide as much functionality as possible. Open it up to crossplay and see how many players we can pile onto it without mods.
Interesting.
Um, yeah, I think it will be, and I think we could hit massively high player numbers on a server like that, just out of pure curiosity. That's all.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
That's something I'll arrange at some point.
It gives us an intro into how the crossplay works and how to get that working decently as well.
Yeah, it would be any map that's available as part of Arc, not a mod. It can't basically anything.
No
It can't be
DLC.
modded.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't be modded in any way. But we can adjust all the server settings. We can run server-side plugins. So
It actually used to be Savage. At the time when we first started, we actually had the center and nobody used it. It was one of the least most used maps we had, which is a real shame because I love the center. It's great. Yeah, center. I think
I,
it was one of the first player-made maps, wasn't it?
something like that. I mean, what we could do, and I don't know if this is possible. No, it wouldn't work. Wouldn't work as part of the cluster. I was thinking you could set it up so people could transfer off of it and transfer onto it, but not take anything with them, so their dinos and stuff didn't go poof. But then it still wouldn't work because if somebody came onto it from, say, Epic Game Store or something like that, then they wouldn't be able to load the mods when they transferred off. So
True.
it'd have to be standalone. But we tried crossplay a while back when it was first implemented, and the server directory was just crap and wouldn't work properly. So we kind of gave up on it. But I think it's worth a revisit. Yes, there is a WNG Play Discord person. That's our Discord account. We have a WickedNinjaGames account, and that's the one we're using to post on other Discords and interact with people outside of our community.
That Mega Callan's hypnotic.
Yes, if I was naming it, I'd call it Deep Throat.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on and back to the script. Sorry, hijack there about some random arc shit that was going around in my head.
Yeah, totally. That's all good stuff. So I think the last of the general news basically was, yes, you've already mentioned it. Gamebridge is now completely live. Spent most of yesterday and some of this morning making sure everything was working okay, and it seems to be. So, as you've probably noticed, those that have bought Fed Shards or Supporter Packs, everything is now instant. Should be across all games, but it's really, really new. It's totally custom, developed by ourselves. So, if there are issues, let us know. There shouldn't be. It's been tested, but things creep through. But all good, shiny, yay!
So what that means is your supporter ranks are all automatically managed now.
Yes.
So if you sign up, you get your perks straight away. You get your ranks on Discord as soon as you log into the game, and it's all shiny. The same works in reverse. So if you cancel once your supporter rank comes to an end at the end of the month, then your perks are automatically removed in game and your rank is automatically removed on Discord. Up until now, we've been very generous on decay times and removing people's ranks and stuff like that. It's not that we don't want to keep doing that, it's we don't have an option anymore now because it's all automated.
Yeah. So that does bring in one warning. Automation is great. It frees up a lot of our time to do cooler stuff that a lot of you guys have been waiting for, where we've been stuck doing back end stuff. But what that does mean now is you need to keep an eye on payments, renewals, that sort of stuff, because if they fail, if you cancel, there is no leeway anymore. They will instantly take off your roles. You have to be very careful to make sure you log back in again and keep your base intact. That's right, right?
Yeah, totally.
All good. So, few things for Arc this week. Obviously, the usual Fjordjaw blabber. We've discussed that already. That's the 12th I said, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Move your stuff while you can. It will be taken down just before. It's going to be completely replaced on the day with the live map. So if you have a lot of stuff there, or you've started to build there and you're a newer player, move across to another map. As soon as Fjordjaw goes live, then you can move back, and that's then going to be the same as the rest of the servers. That won't be wiped. That will be running for as long as we're going, which hopefully is going to be a while. Another point you wanted to make as well. We were talking about this the other day. Name syncing across gaming Discord.
Yes. We have a lot of questions. Who's who?
Yeah,
Um, who's so and so on Discord? Who's so and so in game? How do I talk to so and so? Because I can't kind of, I want to join their tribe or I want to go on this run with them, or them mention it in game, but I can't find them on Discord. All that kind of stuff.
yeah.
What is everybody's thoughts on automatically syncing your in-game name to Discord? So whatever game you pick for your character and name, your Discord name is automatically, just on our server, is automatically changed to match your in-game name.
I think it was something in the past we've always sort of like sat and thought, for our point of view, it would be amazing because obviously we can track people a lot better. But we want players to have freedom. But quite recently, yes, there's been a lot of questions about who's this person, who are they on Discord. Would it make things easier?
If you logged into a game and your name changed, it would update. So the way that would work, Savage, is as soon as you log into the game, your Discord name would change to match. You could change it back if you wanted to, but the next time you logged in, it would change again. Just wanted people's thoughts on that because I see both sides to it.
Yeah,
People want to be individual; they want to name what they want to name. Exactly. That's one of the points against it. You've built up. Oh, it's not. It wouldn't be their Steam for Arc, for example. It wouldn't be their Steam name. It would be their character name in Arc, and we could combine that with free name changes in Arc if they wanted to do that. But yeah, it's not. It's not something we can turn off and on.
it's a
It's either
global setting, isn't it? It's
it's
everyone
either
has it
on
or
or
no
it's
one.
off.
Yeah.
It's an integration between Arc and Discord. You either turn it on or you turn it off. So, and the only option we have on it is do you want the person's tribe name appended to their name as well on Discord? But that's too long.
The actual arc name change thing we can actually do. That can be done.
Yeah, in-game name change in Arc is very easy.
So that's something to be thinking about anyway. If anyone's got any opinions on that, it's something we've swayed away from in the past because everyone's individual and
Yes, it would be your in-game, so your Arc character's name would be synchronized to our Discord. Only this one. It wouldn't change your name on every Discord, it would just be ours. So for example, with Bob, I can
there's another question. Only arc. We are talking about arc at the moment. I believe Russ can do that. I'm not sure about 7 days. I can look.
sorry, I just changed Bob's name to Maximus Bob.
So that's something to be thinking on anyway. Um, Other things for arc then. So this week, aberrant Deinonychuses are now on the arc shop for those who missed it. Fluffy aberrant Deinonychuses, I think they have extra health, extra stamina than the other ones, so you can get those now. Those were added in a couple of days ago. And then just another warning again, all supporter packs, items purchased on the website are now auto-delivered. And again, it's all new, so if you have any issues, please tick it, let us know what's going on. And we will fix.
Yeah, actually, somebody just brought up an issue about the Arc shop to do with the species XYZ seeds, I think.
Okay.
Let me scroll back through the wall of gifage. X and Y are both X and what? X and Y are both X, and Z seeds are Y.
I'll have a look.
I'll put that in our top secret squirrel chat.
Yes, please. I'll sort that out tonight. No problem. It did sound like a riddle. I actually saw that comment and I'm looking at it like, where, what?
Also, while we're talking about the shop, supporters, do check out what dinos are unique to your supporter ranks. We added a bunch last week.
Yes, we did. So if you have a supporter role, have a look because you have specific dinosaurs you can buy as a supporter. And I think the last thing was Docs, I was going to bring up again, as it was mentioned again in Docs chat this morning,
Hmm.
people's thoughts on a wipe and a map change.
Hmm.
We didn't have much response from last week that I saw, so if you're here, if you play Docs, then pop us a line in the Docs chat. How do we think the server's going? Is it ready for a wipe? Is it ready for a new map? This is Docs Savage, Docs. Well, the question was, how far are people progressed? Is is it time? Is it not? The more
We've had a
information we've
nut.
got, the more we can evaluate.
We've had a lot of players who have completed it on the current settings. And Docs has evolved a lot over the last month to the point where there's also an extreme difficulty setting as well, because people have figured out Docs and the easy and medium settings are just not cutting it. On the flip side of that, that comes back to a lot of new players to Docs get trounced on easy because they don't understand it's completely different to Arc. I find the biggest shall we say, call it a criticism, but it isn't. The biggest thing is people log into Docs, they build a few things, they kill a few dinos, and they're like, oh my God, I can't level my character. So the immediate answer to that is you're not doing it right then. You stop thinking Arc and go and kill Docs dodos and or Docs dilos with your reusable spear that you can lob out as many times as you like, or stuff like that. It's a completely different way of thinking. But once people wrap their heads around that, it's suddenly becomes very easy. I won't say very easy, but it becomes a lot easier. So I'm still, because we've been super busy, we haven't really progressed it, but I'm still all for having the training wheels map and then having a much harder difficulty
That would be cool, I think.
on a different map and cluster the two together, but don't allow equipment to be moved between them. Because levels, while people log on to Docs and go, oh my God, I can't level, the levels are too difficult, too hard, levels don't mean much at all in Docs. Once you get going, you'll level in absolutely no time at all. And you can just, crack on with it. And if you could move between the easy server and the much harder server, but without taking any gear, then that would stop people going to the hard one, taming up something awesomely world breaking, and then bringing it back to the easy one and battering people. Well, saying that though, the stats will probably change. I don't know. I haven't tried it, but yeah. So yeah, I think training wheels Docs, and then once you've progressed from that,
Yeah.
you move over to extreme murder mayhem, and possibly on a slightly better support or more recommended map. So the knowing what map to put the hard mode Docs or the ultimate hard mode Docs on would be great.
All info to the dojo then.
Hmm.
I like the
I'm
idea of a
kind of
second
I'm
Doc server.
kind of liking the idea of the center, because going back to the center for the hard mode, because Docs needs a bit of space, and it gives the space, it gives the distributed resources, and there are quite a chunk of caves and stuff you can get into. Plus, it has the underwater caves, doesn't it?
Yes. It's got a couple of really nice ones.
Hmm. Yeah, the bubbles underwater.
Yeah, they're awesome. I miss the center.
Um. Oh, while we're still wrapping up Arc, Shiny Roulette.
Yep.
I would like to knock off the Shiny Roulette rewards during the day tomorrow. Um, from our time, it would be any time after maintenance up till about 5:30 p.m. I don't want to do it tonight because I've had a long day at work and I just want to chill out this evening, to be frank.
That's fair. Cool. Shall we move on to some 7 days stuff then?
Yes, let's.
Cool. So 7 days news this week. Obviously, again, we've had a really, really hugely busy week with Gamebridge, automation, and stuff like that. The news we've got this week for 7 days. Alpha 21 has been announced. As obviously a lot of you have read from the dojo, and I've spoken to quite a few people about as well. This is potentially huge, not only for the changes it brings to the vanilla game, but from a technical point of view and background stuff that we do as well. Next next task for me is to get the test server back up, see if I can pull up a preview build of 21, and I need to start playing with mod files. They're changing the way mods are stored in vanilla, and they've decided in their infinite wisdom that they're going to move them from the actual server folder itself under the user account folder in Windows, which would essentially mean the 5 servers we have only have one place to grab mods from, which brings quite a bit of a problem really when you put something like Darkness Falls in the mix, because you would have all of the vanilla servers picking up the Darkness mods. So I need to sort all that out. Darkness, I believe Kane has already worked on a solution. I just need to test it. And I'm pretty sure I've seen people with vanilla doing similar things. So need to do that. Get that all tested. I need to bring up a Darkness Falls map with a new compo map on as well. So speaking of new wipes and maps, my thoughts for this were Darkness Falls obviously is wiping in a couple of weeks. So definitely want to go for a compo pack map this time. For those of you who don't know what the compo pack is, it's a community pack of POIs, i.e. little houses and buildings and all sorts of stuff that some of the more talented players and designers have come up with. It's being very well maintained at the moment. They've got their own little work group going together now, and they seem to be getting quite professional with it. And Kane has included some of the compo structures. I don't know whether it's all of them yet. I suspect it won't be, because there's some. If you've ever played Minecraft and you've walked around these worlds where you see like giant Homer Simpsons and like big, Pac-Man all over the place, so there's some crazy stuff in there. So I'm guessing he's been selective with what he allows. But I want to use a compo pack for Darkness Falls this time, probably a medium or a large, and it's going to bring a lot more variety into what you see on the map. As Lady Tula says in chat, she's been checking it out this afternoon, and she's been showing me some of the new POIs. They are fantastic. Because they're player built, a lot of them pretty much look like the foundations of pre-built bases. So instead of just finding a random house that you have to then chop and change and move around, the one Lady T was showing me this morning has like these outbuildings with mushroom farms in them and the startings of an underground horde base and all sorts of stuff. They're really cool. So that's where we're going with Darkness Falls this wipe. For the vanilla servers, I've had a lot of people praise the map we used on the event servers. So I'm thinking we slightly tweak that. Maybe it needs to be a little bit larger because it was quite small because there were so many people on it. And maybe just mess around with the layout of where the cities and towns are. But I'm thinking we go with the event map this time for vanilla and let everybody have a look at that and a good play around on it for an extended period. The last thing that we've been discussing, certainly between the 7 days players, would be what happens if they drop 21 when we've just wiped. Honestly, I don't think we should even be worried about it because we have no control over when they're going to drop that. If something happens in the next 2 weeks and they say, in 3 weeks we're going to drop, best thing to do probably is to extend the wipe by a week and then we know we're safe. If they give us nothing, there's really nothing we can do. They're going to do a surprise launch for 21, and 21 is such a big change, it's definitely going to require a map wipe. Darkness will be fine. Because of the mod launcher, we have a separate install of that, so it remains static. But for the vanilla servers, they're probably going to have to be wiped, I would say, because they're designed to be sort of just log in from the internet. You don't need any mods, you don't need to mess around with the game. So I think if that does happen, they probably are going to have to require a wipe. And again, last point, anything 7 days, as with GameBridge, is now also automated. So if you buy supporter banks now for 7 days, they will automatically update. The only thing we need to figure out, I think, is how to get the ranks going into Discord, but they have no bearing on what you can actually do with your packing game. So all perks and stuff like that is all totally cool. So that's what I've got for 7 days this week. A lot of prep going into the next week. A lot of my time's going to be spent 7 days and prepping for 21 coming and making sure we're all on top of things and all shiny. And now that we've got bridge in as well, one of the big things that we can do with 7 days is I need to start stripping out a lot of the code that kind of runs in the background. Every 6 or 7 minutes, it checks all the players online. It makes sure all your supporter ranks are all aligned up. It keeps track of what commands you've used. That's all going to be ripped out because GameBridge does all that for us. So hopefully the servers next time round will be way, way better running than they've ever been. So I'm looking forward to seeing that too. And I think we're good at that point.
I think that just about covers it off.
Yeah,
And as usual, it's questions from any of you guys and girls there that you've got for us.
yeah. One thing I will mention just before questions, as I was mentioning at the start of the roundtable, with behaviour and people being removed, I wanted to thank everybody who I've actually spoken to over the past 2 or 3 days, who've taken a lot of time to sit down, actually explain what's going on, and have been really, really cool. So thank you for those that have gotten in touch. More of that, please. Questions
And suggestions.
and suggestions, or
Still
questionable
need.
suggestions.
I'm really gutted that Maximum Bob was taken.
Are you actually serious about this? You are actually going to change your name to Maximum Bob?
Yes.
Okay.
I wanted a unique character name
Yeah.
that like a bazillion other players wouldn't have already picked up on or chosen and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, like when we were playing Eve,
Yeah.
obviously that was ages ago. I had the character named Dark Jester,
Uh-huh.
and that's where that's come from.
Totally. That wasn't even your original, was it? That was a second.
Second or third character.
I only know one more. I know of was it Reaver? Something Reaver? Carries Reaver?
Eris, Reaver, Mina, Reaver, and Dark Jester.
Amina Reaver was a Sino pilot, if I remember.
One was a pilot, yeah, for my carrier.
Yeah.
And the other one was like indie, and the other one was combat.
I like that suggestion, Carnality. Which day can we have? We've actually got to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We've got Thursday. We've got Friday. We've got a long weekend here coming up.
Well, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I am going to be in the middle of the country, down by a beach, in a house with a nice little fire pit and some bikes, and yeah, no computer. So yeah, Queen's Jubilee,
Yep.
moving out.
Silver Jubilee. Was it? It's not silver anymore. Is it platinum now? Is it?
Diamond,
I
platinum.
thought it was platinum. Good old Queenie. Bike riding in the sand. Yeah, he's going to come back with monster legs. Cool. So if we have no more
Oh,
last
hang
minute
on.
questions,
Quicky's asked a question. I have a question for DJ. Yeah, there's two other things that I would love to do with some of the players, and one of them is more tours around the bases in Arc, especially highlighting areas where people have done automation, using switches, transfer control units, even the item translocators to move stuff across the map, just by clicking a button and deliver them elsewhere. And the other one is just like a bit more info on the modding side of things. Yes, I would love to do that. It's just time gets away. At the moment, I don't have as much time as I used to. Combination of work, WickedNinjaGames, daughter, and just general life. Yeah, so Dino's managed it. I know a lot of people seem to struggle with it, but once you get it working, it's fine. You don't even have to push a button. You could just have like a sensor. So you walk into your base or get up, get out of your pod, and everything's done. But yeah, there's the interactions between the mods work quite well. The other thing I wanted to point out as well is a prime example of why we haven't unlocked the full potential of the propagator. The other day we had to contact a player because they had left their propagator running full bore, stacked with currency, and were pumping out eggs and tech dinos everywhere.
Tech Rexes.
Yeah,
I
you
cleaned up about
cleared that up.
150 of them. Yeah. They were they were in the mesh, they were in the floor, they were in the foundations. It was hilarious. But yeah, two propagators absolutely booming eggs out at full speed.
Well, we become aware of it very quickly because the logs that we have tell us what the server's clearing up. So if we see unclaimed dinos being cleaned up every couple of hours, we can teleport to that location on the map and see what's going on. Problem with unclaimed dinos, they're not claimed by anybody, so they don't belong to anybody. So it can't tell you who's doing it straight away. You have to
You
go
have
and
to actually,
investigate.
yeah, physically go and see.
So, like right now, at the moment, somebody 1, 2, 3, 4 birthed out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 X brackies on Gen 2, hasn't claimed them, and the server's just cleaned them up. So I would suggest their soul terminal is full.
Yeah, that's exactly what had happened. Just cell terminals are filled up, no balls left, and they just they stack. Interesting story to that. When using the wrong command trying to teleport there, I actually put myself outside the map and disintegrated my character. It was awesome.
Great.
I'm catching up. Yes, Fred says hi. He's getting. Yep, there we go. Hi, Fred.
Say hello to YouTube, Fred. Fred.
You can't hear you. I've got my headphones on.
Oh.
He's getting wise to his voice now. You see? Is he?
I think
Right.
that's a wrap for tonight. We've
It
been
is.
going just under an hour.
Yep, it is a wrap. So, as usual, we have been the Wicked Ninjas. You have
Naked
all been
Wingers.
the Naked Wingers. You have all been awesome. And good night. Good night, Fred. Thank you.